Okay, I gotta give it to him. He's kind of popping off. I want him to win. I want him to win.
What's up, guys? I got a bit of Fortnite history for you today, so let's get right into it. Today, for the first time ever, a controller player won a major Fortnite tourney on LAN. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, the controller players are starting to outplace the PC pros even on LAN. Now, BUGHA and Aiden were both watching the final game of this tournament side by side, and they were both reacting to this controller player who won go up against guys like Benji Fishy, Zate, Zexro, and they were genuinely impressed with how good this kid was, and they talked a lot about the whole aim assist debate and just in general broke down the kid who won's gameplay. And you know, I gotta say props to BUGHA for not complaining about aim assist and giving the kid credit where it's due. The kid was cracked. He had an insane game, which is what you're gonna be seeing here, so make sure you watch the whole video. Yeah, he just broke down the kid's gameplay and he talked a little bit about the whole controller PC aim assist debate, and I just think BUGHA was very cool about it. Didn't seem salty at all, so that's awesome. BUGHA, appreciate you respecting the controller players. Let me know if you agree with what BUGHA says in this video and enjoy this crazy gameplay.
Hey,
Meanwhile,
not do well in World Cup.
Australia continues to show how aggressive they are, as Colt's going to find himself an epic chest as well.
Yeah, we go back to Volks now. He's got some
that
pretty good
someone
lineup,
else?
playing super aggressive in this early game. Haven't seen any of
Face
those
last
names
in duos
down
down.
in the feed.
That's
Hoping
rough.
to catch up with some of them soon. At the moment, we have Magma getting taken down. Hopefully, we'll buy Fresh. We'll see how we go in Pleasant. We'll see how this fight plays out. Magma's trying to find his way into this one. Fresh choosing to back out. He's channeling his inner Landon here. He's still got the 1 point. Maybe it really does look like Landon's playing on Fresh today. He's wearing the Gingy skin, trying to find his way in on Magma. Again, Landon was quick to flame him for the poor performance, so I don't feel too bad about throwing a little bit of shade out there on Landon.
Let's be honest, Fresh at this point just doesn't want Muselk to outplace him.
Damn.
He's trying to get at least
The one kill warriors are taking off
That
right
is
now.
very true, actually. If Fresh goes down here, it is a huge story for the tournament because it means that Mr. Fresh Asian actually got outplaced in a competitive solos tournament by Muselk.
Muselk would never let him live that down.
Oh, definitely not.
Would never let him live that down. I talked to Lachlan in the middle of games there, and he said the same thing. And you know, Mr. Fresh.
Fresh isn't bad, bro. This guy, I'm pretty sure he plays a lot, man.
On a tear.
He's
Mr.
definitely out of this one, though.
Playing for pride more than anything, and now he's going to be going up against Spoiling. Another opportunity here to come up clutch and picked up 2 limbs and all of Pleasant Park.
But Spoiling's walked in this fight afterwards. He's saying he thinks he's third-partying it, but Fresh is actually looking very healthy, actually healthier than him here. Fresh is on 100 health, 100 shield, but then again, we see Spoiling does have the rockets. That could come in huge, especially inside this building. If he can find an angle through one of those
Just
windows,
not good at
maybe around one of
solos?
those
I mean, I
corners,
get that.
he can do a lot of damage with that rocket.
I don't know if Spoiling has launched rockets and Fresh knows that he has RPGs. I can't remember if that happened. So Spoiling has an opportunity to catch Fresh off guard with
Fresh is the
RPGs.
best. Bro, if you place in cash cups, it
Fresh comes out on
means
top here, I gotta
absolutely
say.
nothing.
Very impressive because Spoiling has
For you being a
advantage right now.
tournament
He's down by
player.
50 HP though.
Yeah, we have Spoiling trying to find his way into this one. Fresh playing it nice and slow. We're not seeing any too big names.
The cash
going
cups
down.
are literally
Well taken
16
down.
kill
Keep
wins.
my eyes on that for some of
Like-
his top dogs. Sam going down though to Pate. Again, Sam not have the best performance today, but definitely a player that I was looking out for coming into today. This fight slowing down a little bit, trying to find their way in. Storm comes through soon. I'd like to see them both kind of disengage now. I don't think they have too much to gain from this one.
Yeah, Pete from Norway doing a good job ending the opportunity.
That's what I'm saying.
Really disappointing finish for his standards. Second place at Fortnite World Cup and so many consistent placements in summer skirmish and fall skirmish early on.
It's stupid.
Currently on board of Spoiling, who is just hunting Mr. Fresh Asian. RPG's going to come out. There it is. That's why.
Oh, that's
We
rough.
mentioned earlier, even though Spoiling was down in HP, has a clear advantage in this with high ground and an
We
RPG.
say that the week you call the games are stacked, they're pretty good. I
I
mean, it was the first week of solos. Everyone was sweating their ass off. No one knew what to expect. So the thing is, everyone played it normally. They played it like a tournament.
At all, which is good to see. There is shot comes back though. Looks like Fresh wanting to fire back. Spoiling's now still got the high ground, but Fresh is trying to get away from this one. Looks like he's walking away though, trying to put out the builds, but unfortunately left himself too much in the open. Spoiling has to use these bandages. It's been the recurring storyline of today. I've said it a few times. Unfortunately, these players are taking fights, losing the fight or winning the fight, but definitely ultimately losing the war. They walk away from it and they end up going down soon after. Pretty much this fight needs to end very quickly for one of them, but I still don't think the game
Bro,
will
Advit,
after this.
if you get contested one game and you don't kill him, or if you're scuffed whatsoever, if the drop you're going to, you're not going to have good loot at, like,
really wise for him to back out.
Yeah, we're gonna see
I don't know. I feel like you need a spot where you can get shield and shit. Like, you can't just have a scuffed ass spot with like 200 mats going into mid game. Like, you're just not gonna win a tournament that way. I honestly think you need to go to a POI. Like, that's how people think. They're like, bro, I don't want to fight people at a big POI. I'm gonna get shit on. When people kind of just split them. Like,
it's possible to hear the med kit something to do. There's an audio cue there, and it looks like Cypher recognized that he was trying to heal. So Cypher's not letting him.
Like, you can't just play like scared of people. You're just not gonna.
Which I think he will. Rory will have a clear advantage over Cypher in this fight.
Yeah, I think Cypher might know these.
On solos you don't? I mean, it's
a
a POI like Lazy Lake, you're definitely splitting it.
Destroy any walls of any item in the game really,
The
other
cone.
than the rockets. Don't have any heavy snipers, you don't have the mobilities. With the box fighting though, the
Bruh.
shots come out. The Cypher using the blue AR. I was talking about the legendary pump, but so far it's actually the blue AR that's doing the serious damage now. Some incredible tracking, trying to find his way into this one. Has the cone if he takes this floor as well, but Ruri, being a very smart box fighter, turns, puts the stare on his head, and keeps it between him and Cypher. But Cypher is unrelenting, trying to find his way into
Disengage till endgame. Yeah, I mean, and also, like, if you're landing on like the edge of the map, bro, and zone plays far, and you're fighting, like,
against a Rory who's running away with his tail between his legs. Nice job by Cypher. Aggression pays off.
And we're tuning in here to Quid, who's now got Elevate near him though. So Quid's almost in zone. He's fishing up for some loot. Has that one
Hey,
flop, has that
Jonathan.
one swordfish as well. He's got a good loadout. Quid obviously one of the favorites right now on 28 points.
this last game? Yeah,
In front of him, a scary player to have between you and zone. Fresh going down to Spoiling in the end. Oh, and Link taking down Mitch Robinson. So Spoiling coming out in top in that pleasant fight we saw earlier. But hopefully Quid still makes this rotation and doesn't get held out there. That is going to be huge for this tournament. If Elevate tries to take this fight right now, for whatever reason, it could end badly. But Elevate, being a very smart player with so much competitive experience, I don't think he'll take this fight here, and Quid can just rotate nearby.
Yeah, we have had actually a few people, Quid, Spraz, and I think far away is Link. So Elevate in a pretty tough spot. He's just going to completely back out. So smart on him to recognize, hey, it's not just a 1 versus 1 with Spraz. There's so many other players also rotating here. He's just trying to avoid fights.
How much is this
That's a
for?
wise call. But as you mentioned, we did see Mr. Fresh Asian get taken out, so that marks the end for Mr. Fresh Asian here in the solos competition. But again, the Pro-Am winner alongside Lachlan
Okay.
Way, you got to tip your hat off to him.
Definitely as well. And we haven't seen Nyrox go down at all in the
pretty
feed
good.
either, so we still have Luda, Nyrox, and Quid in this game, as well as Brezzo, which is huge right now. So I believe we still have our 4 very top point players right now.
What's
in this
last
one. We
place?
have the elimination speed
What's
coming back
like
up.
last place
Worthy's
make?
still in the lead on 14,
What is it, like
Nyrox
5?
on 13 as well.
Probably make
So he's
like
doing
5K,
very well
right?
at the top there. He's doing that
2K?
consistent
Ooh.
placing as well as the limbs. We see Brezzo on 8th there with 11 eliminations, and Quid on 10. So Quid
Sim's
is
doing well,
very smart
I
as well as
think.
Luda with their
16
placements.
series, 33
Eliminations,
points.
As I say that, Worthy
It's
picks
like
up another
top
one on cold.
10, that's like
Maintaining himself
10.
back in this game.
Yep, make it 15.
Dexter, he's like
Worthy has been
30th.
Absolute slayer in this one. We got a player named Slaya, but
What's top 10? Top 10 is like 30 to 50 right now.
Total. Congrats to that. And meanwhile, Jalen taking out Cat. Jalen, another player who competed last year at the Australian Open, trying to squeeze his way into some placement prize as well.
Definitely, we got Symmetrical here now representing for the NA region. Managed to pick up a win today, gone a little bit down since then, but still 33 points. Not a bad effort here coming into this final game. We'll see how he goes in zone.
21 through
Still has that
37.
harpoon as well if he can find maybe some fishing holes around here. Takes
Versus
the snipe shot on
38.
Zenzo. Does not connect. We tune back
Bro,
in.
Volks is
Aggressive
getting
He's
in.
playing very, very well. Out of sweat, he comes down to Mao. Hits him with a ridiculously
Bro.
heavy tack shot. Brings
Oh.
him down to 11 health. Mao dancing on him. One of the people we talked about yesterday in the content creator category, taking down Volks, arguably one of the best players in our region.
By the way, Mao had 11 HP, then of course got 50 from the Siphon. So heartbreaking, the story.
Pop your flop.
Potential Cinderella story for
Yeah.
Volks.
That's it.
Clock strikes midnight and Mao ends that one clean. Volks now will just have to sit and watch his peers and hope for an Australia-New Zealand win.
Yeah, definitely. Now we can see from above, I'm trying to spot some of those main players that we have up there. Can't really see too many of them where they are right now. Nameplate's gone away. We've got eyes on Nyrox and Brezzo, though, on the right, so they're doing it for me here. Nyrox is swimming around towards Misty right now. Brezzo's already in there in a very nice position. We see Brezzo up on that mountain, sitting himself very pretty, putting himself in what many people would call a power position. We have Nyrox just dive bombing
Like a
straight
shark
towards
in the water. He smells
Q-Jack.
blood on Q-Jack and wants the limb. Finally, Wise is going to back out and reset. But I felt like I was watching Jaws right there as Nyrox is going to back out. Almost goes for the hunt. Instead, says, I'm going to live to fight another day. Q-Jack coming from Japan with 1 elimination. And right next to Nyrox and co.
We're getting closer and closer to the end game. It is building now.
Your keyboard activation?
Congesting now.
Oh yeah, Luder's 37. Damn, he's getting grief too. He
He
dies here, that's just so unfortunate.
Right here, Luda's here. You wonder if he's feeling the pressure.
Kids that do this shit, man.
They're pushing him. Luda goes
God.
down. No, that's it. The Cinderella story for Luda is over. He's going down. So I couldn't see if it
That's
was
so
Jordan
dumb.
or Spraz. It was Jordan who took him down. Oh my gosh, now we have Spraz coming in on this one.
What's
That
Jordan
is
doing? Like,
massive. He will be
it's the thing with
devastated
solos,
from
bro.
that.
People don't care. They have low points, and they're just gonna W key their last game. And if you're placing well, you're just gonna get grief.
9 HP.
Like this guy, bro. He's just gonna take any fight. Like, what's stopping this guy from just jumping in your box? Like, what does he have to lose?
Outsmarting perhaps.
Like, I feel bad for that
So
Luder guy.
right behind Vanilla.
This could have been like his
Not gonna
pop
let him
off,
get that heal off
but
his Harpy.
And we talked about it earlier. It doesn't matter. Jordan, again, not doing too crazy on the standings today, but that's how much it is. Anyone can change the narrative here. Anyone can change the storyline. Jordan taking down Luda, one of the top 3 right now, currently was in first. That is so devastating for him. We'll have to see how this one plays out, though. Papi trying to find his way in on Vanilla, trying to get the wall. He takes the wall, tries again, takes the extra wall again. Vanilla playing very quick. Papi trying to switch out the weapon, seeing if he can use this tact. Does 7
Bro, you know you're fighting a bad player.
The wall quickly and safely. Papi showing his box fighting prowess.
We get a solid top 10, yeah, but
Vanilla showing his prowess at getting away defensively.
he doesn't get that. Like
earlier, now we're seeing with Parpy and Vanilla, these Japan players just play a little bit passive, while these Australian players simply hunt. Parpy now trying to get his prey, spots him, and he's going to get tagged up quite significantly. It might be a different story here. Vanilla might be able to end up on top, and Vanilla is now the hunting. Misses that one. Parpy now back in control again in this 1 versus 1. Parpy, the last hope for RBK. He's going to come out on top.
Takes him down now. Did a whole bunch of research on Asia coming into this one. Watch low their cash cups, and yes, you hit it nail on the head there. They're a very defensive player. I would not say that makes them worse as a region. They play so defensively, and it's difficult in its own right. I was talking to Sundown about why he thought that may be. He was talking about because the region is so large, with the ping deficit on servers, they like to play defensive.
Oh, this Bresto guy. No way controller player is going to win the event.
I think he's OC's last chance right now. Is it going to be him? No.
And look who's right next to him, Antics. It's Benji Fishy, who of course was in 11th place. I didn't see his standings in that last one because I was down on the floor, but Benji needs a huge game here to be able to take home that 100K prize pool. Brezo, perhaps one of the last hopes for Australia to win a championship, as he was in first, right next to Benji Fish.
We've seen how big these games can change around. Westy jumped up there into the top 10 at one point with 1 game though, so you never know. If you pick up that full 10 points from the Victory Royale, it can be pretty huge. And look how many players we have clustered here. And unfortunately for Quid, I say unfortunately he might be okay, but that is not where you want to find yourself right now, coming into your final game at a tournament of this size with the chance to clutch it up. You have 5 phenomenal players on top of you. 6, sorry, this has got to be scary.
How many controllers do you qualify for World Cup? Definitely a lot. People, because they're just going to W key in like qualifiers for solos.
High on his performance here. Can he have a big last game? It's hard to believe this is match number 6 here, Aussie, as it's been such an amazing 5 games so far, but it all comes down to this last end game to close out the Australian Open.
I'm so excited.
Benji's in 11th? Oh, okay.
That
that would actually be sick if Benji popped off.
This one. Seeing whose eyes were on this, I saw Chap, Mr. Savage, Booga, Baller TW, Innocent, Shio, all the biggest names in the business watching this one, along with tens of thousands of people at home.
Said my name.
We're going to have to see how it closes out. Can an OCE player have their Cinderella moment, come out on top in the few opportunities they get, or is Nyrox going to have his big blow-up moment, or something entirely different altogether?
Yeah, big shout out to all the great human beings in Fortnite.
That would be sick, bro. If Nyrox won World Cup duos and then also just goes out and wins this.
Well, and of course our casters. You got Shio, you got Sundown, Balla, all support.
That'll be good
as well. The Australian region is alive, and surely they are proving that they can compete at the top level. Didn't show up at the World Cup, they're showing up today.
Definitely Quid here taking some serious shots. Some elimination is huge. Lapex taking down Spraz there. Unfortunately, Quid can't connect with that extra elimination. Can be the difference in this tournament, but maybe he can get the elimination on Lapex. He's
Benji's in a really good spot. Let's see. He's gonna play Melon. Yeah. Half is either playing all the way in the there's so many elevations, I don't even know. You can play anywhere right now.
Quid gets a shot in there and he gets a headshot as well. He does. He's taken down. Who does he go down to? He went down to Usea. No, Quid can't pick it up, unfortunately.
Ooh, that would have been a big elim. Brezo with a med kit and 6 mini shields in his inventory, so he's well positioned for this late game. In the circle as well right now. Of course, Mountain
completely
shifts to the east, to the right of their screen.
Yeah, I don't know. When the West regions got announced and all that.
You gotta think Brezo's in a good spot. Can he do it? A player that was not on our radar at
Why are you the only player that got caught after World Cup? Like nobody ever talks about second. Just ask yourself that question, bro.
Definitely, Quid's in a nice position here. He's got a few boxes.
Just say it out loud. Just ask it out loud. Wallen 808.
And brick base. He knows what to do. He got into zone. He built out of heavy mats. So what that means is using brick or metal, harder to break.
Just say it out loud.
But also, one of the main things for Quid right now is it makes you unseen. It's a lot harder to see through the brick and metal. So we can sit there, relax, hang out, be very, very methodical with what shots he takes, as we saw Quid taking this right-hand peek now on Chrysler above him. We have to see how this goes.
Brezo, of course, representing Controller Nation. Can he do it? Taking a look at the elimination leaders. Worthy still on top. Nyrox right behind. The young Norwegian duos champion from the World Cup, holding it down and proving that he can hang with the best in solos.
Are
as
these
well.
alive?
Look
Nyrex
how
is
many
alive.
Australian players are in that top eliminations category, proving their reputation correct. Some shots are going to come in from on carry on.
I actually refuse to believe that's a real person.
Australian players
Yeah.
and worthy, of course, first place in damage dealt by a long shot as well.
Yeah, exactly there. And we saw another elimination added to that list. I think when we saw it just then, it was 16, which means Worthy's picks up another one. So again, I'm talking about who can come on top, talking about Nyrex, talking about Quid. Worthy's played really well. If he keeps playing this aggressive, he can jump on top, or even symmetrically.
I don't know, man. I feel like Sim's in a horrible spot here. He doesn't have good maps. I think it's over.
Run away with it early, and a lot of people pretty much just said it was his tournament from game 1. This is not the same case. Anyone can win this, and I'm getting so friggin' excited to see how this closes out.
We could not have written about
This could actually be good. Imagine it's like the top 2 players 1v1ing in the end. Big ass mini pot. I don't know what that was.
We'll do it. Symmetrical, Worthy, Brezzo, so many top
Aiden,
players.
who you got winning?
And so
Who you got
many
winning?
Still alive here, alongside the likes of some American heroes.
Yeah,
TSM,
tournament.
Zexro, and other
I think
players
it's
still trying
anyone
to burst
from
their way
like
to top 10 in placement.
29 to
It's gonna all come
30
down
or
these
to like
45
40.
players remain.
29 to 40 I
Match
think
number
is like
6.
contending.
Zora and
I think
Bulla
Sim's
right
in there,
next to each
yeah.
other, hugging.
It's
I love how
Sim,
you said that you saw
Benji.
the zone pull from the minimap, and we saw every single triangle
Let's
instantly
see.
flick towards it. Like these players
Maybe that
are
Quid
easily
guy, I don't
coming into
know.
This final game. They saw the zone, it pulled, they instantly looked at it. Now they need to find how they're actually going to get there, though. Zora's eyes on it as well. We've got that.
Chad, who's all
southeast-ish
Zayd,
sort of
Epic
zone now, so
Whale?
they're gonna have to make their way
He got
Definitely
griefed.
wasn't
He
the,
died.
dead side of zone, but it was
Yeah, he had
obviously
38 or
not
some
most
shit.
contested.
Zayd?
Both
Oh,
places
Zayd's
far
up there.
Southwest, trying to make their way across now if they can. Zora's one of them, though. He falls down into water. Luckily for him, we're gonna have to see how some of these top players.
Yeah, bro, look, zone just plays to him out and like 44 is needed for first.
He's gonna have to start moving. He's opting to
I hope
rotate
Zay
late.
wins.
It's
It'd be
incredibly
sick.
smart, but it's incredibly risky. We saw he had those floppers and those slow fish. He's talked about it up on stage before. If he gets caught in storm here a little bit, he has that extra.
Nyrex is still
He's
up.
gonna hang out late, make sure he gets in a little bit later.
Yeah, very
Benji,
viable strategy
ooh.
and tactic here in Chapter 2. If you have floppers, you can sit in storm a little bit longer. Retake high ground as well. We saw Mr. Fresh Asian do it yesterday. We've seen some players do it throughout. But I just saw Ghost Saf got taken out. So, Ghost Saf from California. is gonna be out of this
Safi.
one. Jordan's still alive. A lot of Australian players here I'm seeing on
Rip.
the screen. K-Quid gonna take her.
This guy's a controller.
And now,
Big
upward
elimination.
This guy's a controller, baby.
Here as well, 36 points now. He's already Brezzo rotating
you say is he
so
good?
well. Honestly, I'm so impressed with how Brezzo
Oh yeah,
rotates.
he's like
He
top
hasn't
3
gone
right
for
now.
massive eliminations.
And he's
played
controller,
the
so
most consistently today. Based on that elimination to placement point threshold, I would have to
That'd
say
be
he's
crazy.
playing the most safe, and he keeps using the same cone tactic.
We thinking of
Jumping up
Benji
with punches,
pop-off?
rebound,
I feel like
making sure
Benji
he's
might win this game.
getting shot back.
Brezzo could benefit greatly.
19 points. I think he'll go to like 30 something points. Yeah, Sim's dead. Like I told you, yeah, he had the worst spot. Yeah, he had such a bad spot.
Legendary weapons. We'll see if he can. Meanwhile, Benji Fish, he's still alive in this one as well.
Let's look at positioning.
Quid's being held right now. He's being shot at. No, Quid's going down so low. He has less than 50 health on the bottom right corner of the screen. If you
Quid
can't see
is
right now, Geese is directly above him. He's beneath Zora. and
dead.
Geese,
Oh,
some
we
of
got
the
the kill.
duos in the World Cup during that.
Zayd.
Taking
Why'd you guys say
elimination
Zayd?
right
He
now.
had 13
takes down Geese.
points.
No, he came back on top. Quid fought his way back out. He is doing so well. He's on 17 health. He has these floppers. He is playing
No way.
out of his mind. Look at the upgrade he just got. A legendary burst rifle and an epic tack.
Massive upgrade. That's exactly what Brezzo, I'm sure, would love to have right now. Zayt picked up a kill as well. So now Zayt, TSM Zextra, I believe, still alive. And so many Australian players, as mentioned. In
Oh,
this one.
Benji's on a bad side of zone. Benji needs to go now or he's gonna die.
Vancouver. Now eyes on Quid. Quid's in a rough spot.
dead.
He's gonna get taken out. Jalen is able to get
That's
the eliminate, I
GG's.
believe, on Quid. But now has to traverse the entire mountain. Chances in the best spot. Eshes, the controller player from Australia, in a pretty good position here as well. Positioning is everything.
Who's the NA East represent right now? Who's the NA East represent? Who am I rooting for? Yo, this guy's cracked.
I want to know where Nyrex is right now. 27 players alive. We're about to jump into that top.
I think this guy wins. I got him winning.
See what he can do with it. He's been rotating on front side of zone so well. Epic Whale taking down
Bro.
Slayer taking down Eshes.
Bro.
Sosman, man, Epic is out. Epic is now taken down by Bob. Goes down one of the Asian players.
I think he
Worthy
wins.
picks up another
I think this guy's
elimination
gonna win the
on screens. We're
tourney.
back in top 15. There it is. Brezzo gets top 15 placement points.
And just like that, you blinked and we're in the top 13 in match number 6 to close this one out. Brezzo picks up a huge elimination.
plays
Epic
back,
gets
man.
50 HP from
Benji's
Siphon in
dead.
position here. Jackson Brezzo gets
Nyrex?
Jax picks up a 30, actually eliminates himself.
Nyrex has 0 mats.
Alec takes out Benji RPG Fishy. We
Oh,
have Nyrox
shit.
still alive. We also have Brezzo, 2 of our top 5 current standings players.
Brezzo's on 43 points here. Like I said, we have the 2 storylines coming to head. Can Brezzo make it in his first LAN event on controller? 43 points here, or can Nyrox jump out of the shadow of the
This guy's gonna get so much clout.
In solos, we have Zayt here, someone we all expect to do very well today.
If a controller player...
If anyone's gonna crush a dream, it's gonna be Zayt.
Oh, Brezzo just shit on Nyrox.
Not the top standings, but
If he kills Nyrox, he wins the tourney.
But look where Brezzo is. RPG in his name. He
Bro.
massive upgrade, and he has high ground.
He kills him, he wins the tourney.
Brezzo wants to be in the fight, though. He's a controller player. He wants to take that to his advantage.
We see that on the right there, Brezzo's in the fight. We see Nyrox in not the greatest position here. He's on ultimate low ground, has to traverse this mountain. The reason why that lobby cleared out so quickly is this is one of the worst zones I've seen, and it keeps pulling across, going up the mountain. Brezzo takes down Nyrox. This might be it right now.
Oh my God.
An OC player I expect to do well today. Brezzo finding the angle around Jinx, trying to end his dreams right here. Brezzo might have this one through. Jinx comes out. Brezzo goes low. 62 health. He's got to get out of Storm now. He needs to rotate through. There's 3 players alive. He's on the high ground with 47 health. He has chances above him.
This man has ice in his veins. Brezzo gets a
Bro.
It's a 1 versus 1. I think it's Zayt. Brezzo
Okay, I gotta give it to him. He's kind of popping off. I want him to win. I want him to win.
Brezzo versus Bowler.
They're actually their squad mates. Is Brezzo taking down Bowler? Can he do this one here? Can it go squad mate against squad mate? Can Bowler crush his dreams? If Brezzo wins this, you have to think he's going to win the entire tournament. He's reloading this rocket.
I respect this. If he wins, it's all GG's. I kind of want him to win. I want him to win. This is a good pop-off.
He has no health meds though.
This is actually nuts.
He's been dropped down. He's on top of Bowler. The shots come out, and Brezzo takes it. 52 points total. He gets the victory royale, and you have to assume he's the AO champion. We don't know yet though. Oh my gosh.
Brezzo, welcome to competitive Fortnite. We have potentially one of our first controller players.
That was sick. He popped off. That was good.
Brezzo with ice in his veins eliminates all the Titans. He takes out Epic Whale. He takes out.
Have you won a major, like a solo tourney? Yeah, like a normal one, like LAN. I don't think any controller players have they?
Oh my gosh, he performed so well there. I think we're gonna throw this one to
Controller player 1.
Analytics here and see how they go.
Yeah.
That was incredible. Game 6.
Well, he just won.
So much fallout. That was insane.
Brezzo.
Up to you, Ben.
Oh,
I don't know, bro. Like, he hit every shot, dog.
With the victory royale, his first.
Yeah, he hit 80 to 100.
Doing it in style. We knew heading in to the end of the competition, he was up there on the scoreboard, very close, and coming out with this one, it could just be enough pointing. Oh my goodness.
He played well though? No, he really did. Like,
incredible game.
I mean,
I cannot
I get it. Like, controller.
What I just witnessed, you know.
I don't think he was W King either. So
all day.
I respect it. I think he might be one of those players that's actually smart and uses that like.
What an incredible way to do it. If he's come out on
He plays for
top,
endgame and then he pops off because like.
It took to the
Yeah, he plays like the smart one and then he pops off endgame because he has the like little advantage.
Right. We've been calculating. We've been adding the numbers together. It's time to take a look at our top.